Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 42. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to day 42 of the stay in place order and our lockdown. Sorry, just bringing you up on the phone. So I'm a little late this morning. Why aren't you coming up? Here we go. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'm a little late this morning. My mom Shane is giving birth right now. So far we have 3 little spotted Bengals, and she's still big as a house, so I'm sure there's 3 or 4 more in there, I'm hoping. Good morning. I expected her to give, my calculations were right, May 1. So I know this is May 2, but that's pretty close. So we got a couple people watching. Joe, you still out there? How's Joe doing? Give me a thumbs up if Joe's okay. Good morning, Susan. How are you? We will be I'll bring them on there a little bit later after they give them a few days to acclimate a little bit. But baby Bengals, gotta love baby Bengals. Miss you, brother. What have you been up to, man? How's are you still working through all this down at the airport? You still consider it essential? I haven't talked to you in a while. Other than that, so let's see. What can we talk about today? Protest over in Lakeport yesterday. I don't know if anybody saw that on Facebook, but they were protesting the shutdown order. Everybody's getting so antsy, and I am too. So I kind of get it. Oh, B's on board. Hey, B, how you doing? Give you a little wave. There you go, B. Yes, we have kittens, B. We have new baby kittens, just out of the cooker. Yes. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're working because a lot of people aren't, and you guys need, you guys definitely need to work. So what else is new, guys? So yeah, the protest, and there's also a protest on at the state capitol yesterday. A big one. Of course, if you watched it on the news or on Facebook, very few people wearing masks, no social distancing. Still unbelievable amount of people that think this is fake, that this isn't real. A lot more people died. More people have died in the last month and a half, 2 months, than died in the entire Vietnam War. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. That's an unacceptable number. Hey Sarah, how you doing? Good seeing you this morning. Kevin, what's up, buddy? Yeah, we have Bengals. We have baby Bengals. Just they're actually being born right now. She's only had 3 of them, and there's probably 3 or 4 more because she's still big as a house. So, yeah, Joe, people are just tired. I get it. I'm tired. I'm a homebody. I don't like really going out. I don't like, I like to be at home, and I'm already just ready to do something different. I miss my office. I think that's what it is. I miss my office. I like to go down and sit in my office and work in my office because it's just a comfortable environment. Miss interacting with my coworkers. Miss the water cooler talk. I'm getting all the secondhand, third, fourth hand gossip now, and it's like you got to call 4 or 5 different people to verify it. Yeah, I guess kind of old. Good morning, Mary. How you doing? Amy, good seeing you on here this morning. Chris Philbrick, Good morning, Chris. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Peggy. Good morning, Peggy. Yeah, so Bengals, baby Bengals. Um, first litter, only, I only have one litter a year. And um, at least until the other two get old enough, but I can't breed them until they're a year old legally. So, and I don't want to breed them early. I mean, you could breed them at 6 months. I mean, they go into heat early. I think Milan is already kind of going into heat, and she's only 5 months old. But it's irresponsible of me to not breed them that early. They're just not mentally mature enough. They're not physically mature enough to have a litter, and they're usually their first litter is hit and miss. So I'm gonna just be very gentle with them, and I'm in no hurry. Their health is more important to me than anything else, and they're good cats. So morning, Jimmy, how you doing? Yes, we have Bengals, so I'll bring them on. I got to give them a few days to. They're all gooey right now. I don't know if you ever seen a kitten born, but they all come out all gooey, and it's not a pleasant sight to watch. That's why I'm not putting it on Facebook. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So yeah, protest yesterday. I don't know if they should win a Darwin Award or what, but this, and I understand people just want to go do, more. I'm Memorial Weekend. I don't think cops can write enough tickets. I really don't. I think that if they don't have us being able to just go out and do what we need to do on Memorial Weekend and let the chips lie where they may, it'll be revolution. Yeah, it'll be revolutionary because people got to go. People got to play. And I understand people need to get back to work, but you got to remember, this is going to also. Hey, Seth. Hey, Rogan. How you doing, buddy? This is going to change the way people look at how they want to open a small business. This is since they're doing this, they're going to know they can do it whenever they want now. And if you look at at what kind of small business, if you want to just sell beads and trinkets, well, you better have a pretty good, back, reserves, because your bead and trinket store is going to be the last one to come back online. I can see the casinos anywhere where there's a large venue where you have large amounts of people coming in the door, and restaurants having to have, instead of a fire order where 150 people is maximum in the building, now you're going to see it where it's 30 people maximum, and they have to be distances, and the tables have to be far spread out. I don't know if you've ever been to the Club Calpella, but man, I'm a big guy, so I usually have to walk sideways and squeeze through the tables, between the tables and chairs. You're not going to see that anymore. When restaurants open back up, there's going to be no tablecloths. You're going to have plastic, silver, and silverware. You're going to have everything's going to be disposable, and it's going to be like when you're on the airplane and the stewardess comes by with the bag and says, "Here, trash," and takes all your trash. Hey, Rich, how's it going, man? That's my prediction, and that's the way it's going to be for a while, probably for a long time, just because we know this is plausible. And why, and I'm starting to really wonder why this disease spreads so bad here versus Italy. I remember when we were watching on Facebook about Italy, and this was in February, early February, or maybe late February, early March or something like that, when they locked down Italy. And when they locked down Italy, hey Glenn, we were like, they locked it down, and I did, so I looked up the definition of stay in place order yesterday, which I probably shouldn't have. I'm trying to stay away from this crap, but it keeps drawing me in like a bad magnet. It is in the Constitution. Stay in place, shelter in place, or stay in place. There's two different they're pretty much the same thing, but some states adopted different orders to that effect. And they have lockdown. Now, lockdown, we're not in lockdown. Lockdown is where you're told as a citizen to stay indoors and lock your doors and close your windows and cover your windows. Usually, if there's a excuse me, like a safety, like a shooter or some right in an immediate area, not in the entire country. Stay in place orders is like, you're just told to stay in place. And then shelter in place is, kind of the same thing, but just different terminology. And hey, Chris, how's it going? Hi, Mom. And so when you're looking at those orders, and the definitions of them and how they're used in different countries, pretty much all the same, but it is in our Constitution that they have the right to tell us, for our own safety, to tell us to stay in place. So people that are going around saying, oh, it's unconstitutional. No, it is constitutional. This started back, this was written in by our forefathers because of the British, our Revolutionary War. Remember that? Remember history class now? The British are coming. 1 by land, 2 by sea. Okay. It's in our Constitution, and it is for our own good in a lot of ways. Hey, Mark. And being in our Constitution, it's just part of being American. Now, one thing about Americans that a lot of countries, they don't like Americans for several reasons, but there's one reason why they really shouldn't like Americans, because we know how to get band together for a cause and kick its ass. So hopefully we can band together on this one and kick its ass. There was another thing yesterday. There was a report going around about herd immunity. I don't know if you ever heard that term. Herd immunity is where, the society gets immune to a disease in general. But it takes 60 to 70% of the population. I'm saying the population of the world now, to be infected by this disease before we have herd immunization. That's usually what happens every year with the flu. We get herd immunity to it, that strand, but the influenza virus always is mutating. This virus doesn't seem to be mutating, at least not yet. Not a lot of viruses do mutate. It's funny how we're all becoming these infectious disease experts. Hey, Susan. Yeah, there was a protest. There was a protest yesterday in Maryland, I believe, about guns, and they're at the Capitol. White supremacists on that one. This one here in California was, people that want to go to the frickin' beaches. I get it. I don't know. Yeah, Mary, you're right. We bent the curve too hard. We did. We bent the curve way too hard. But we're not going down. I'm watching the numbers. We're not going down. We're staying steady. It's the same amount of people dying, same amount of people being tested, are coming up positive. Yeah, a lot of people are surviving it, but this is the kind of disease that will take out 3 to 5% of our population. That's crazy numbers if you think about it. If you think about the influenza virus, the flu virus is, think about it this way. The flu virus kills 0.1% of anybody who gets infected by it. 0.1%, not even a full percent, just 0.1. So that means if 30 million people got the virus, 30,000 people would die. Okay. That's usually the flu virus. The flu virus will infect that many people. There's billions of people on this planet. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But we're nowhere near the finish line. We're nowhere near the light at the end of the tunnel. Cody, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're still there. Good morning, Marine. You know, but let me take a baby count. How many babies we got? 3. Only 3 still. I've seen her. Her last litter. She had 1. The last one didn't come out for like almost 2 hours after the first ones came out. But we do have baby Bengals. Yes, we do. Good morning, Catherine. Yeah, first litter, almost a year. Yeah, almost a year. It was like May of last year when we had our last litter. So that's a good thing. Some baby Bengals to play with, and nothing better than a 8-week-old baby Bengal. So, all right. Well, I'm going to get going, and thank you for everybody for coming on to my morning show and saying hi. And I'll be back tomorrow morning. Like I said, every morning. I'm a little late this morning because we were watching babies being born, and I lost track of time. See, it's already 9 o'clock. But maybe I'll do the shows on the weekends a little bit later because it seems like I got more people this time. Anyways, so you know the routine. Elbow bump. Hey, live long and prosper. Stay home. Stay healthy. Stay safe. I love you guys. See you tomorrow.